welcome. Huge welcome, of course, to the Girls Rock Camp Pōneke group who are joining us today. We have a very special live performance from the one and only Mystery Waitress. This is the project of Tessa Dillon featuring Olivia Campion and James Morgan. They recently released their single Red, Red, Red as part of Pōneke's own Home Alone Records winter compilation. And we're very lucky to have an album coming on the way very, very soon. I'm going to leave it to these guys now. This is Mystery Waitress. We are very proud to present them along with, of course, Girls Rock Camp Pōneke and RadioActive.fm.
I was hiding from my house, not so well because my heart is mine. You've been quiet as a mouse, and I was crying 'cause I know that you've been blue, baby, bluer than these eyes of mine. I want us to be a team, but it's just that I've been lying in my bed and it was all in my head, and they say it doesn't mean anything. Now and then I disappear, but I know that we'll come back again, living for the sound of your heart. I was running for my life, passing by a million places I could rest. When you're going very fast, it makes everything so easy to forget, and I forget all the sides of mine. And I want you to run as well, but it's just that you've been lying in your bed and it was hell in your head, and they say it doesn't mean anything. Now and then you disappear, but I know that you'll come back again, living for the sound of your heart. I've been creeping out of my own place. You've been waiting for another day. I've been tying up all my loose ends. You've been finding out your truest friends. One day I'll be feeling right in here. One day you'll be running round your feet. That it's not all in your head, though. They say it doesn't mean anything. Now and then we disappear, but I know that we'll come back again. Well, it's all up in the air, and they say it doesn't mean anything. And I bet you held my head and said it'll end eventually. Bet it's not all in your head, though. They say it doesn't mean anything. Now and then I disappear, but I know that we'll come back again, living for the sound of your heart. So that one was called Bedhead. And I don't have much else to say about it. It's hard to think about what a song's about when you know it really well. But, basically, relationships.
And the next song is called Fiji.
What's the weather gonna be like tomorrow? And what the hell am I gonna wear? I'm so sick of winter clothes and blowing my nose and staying inside. So let's go to Fiji, where the water is warm and I won't be freezing. Oh, let's go on holiday. I just want to go on holiday without seeing gray. What's the weather gonna be like tomorrow? And what the hell am I gonna wear? I'm so sick of winter clothes and blowing my nose and staying inside. So let's go to Fiji, where the water is warm and I won't be freezing. Oh, let's go on holiday. I just want to go there one day. Oh, let's go to Fiji. Let's go on holiday. Let's go to Fiji. Let's go on holiday.
So I'll just introduce the members of Mystery Waitress. So Olivia Campion is our drummer, very amazing. And James Morgan is a multi-talented bassist, synthesizer guy, mixer of the upcoming album and single. And I'm Tessa Dillon and I write songs and sing words. Yeah. So we'll play our next song now, and it's called First in Class.
baby's gone to sea. She's done most everything she can. The baby's gone away. She's driving through the day and the night without you in the car without you inside. And it takes so long, so long. It takes so long, so long to know when you've turned right around.
We got one more song, got one more to start. I'm just need a little bit of a routine before we do it.
Just leave standing on the grave of the beach, wearing yellow wind, you offer me a peach. I will be with you to see what you see, just to break apart a piece of a dream.
That was a stunning song. Kia ora, everyone listening and watching over YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much to the folks from Mystery Waitress for joining us as well. Gosh, it's been so lovely having you here. All thanks, of course, to the wonderful folks from Girls Rock Camp Pōneke. We love those guys. Woo! And now I know that there are people who may have some questions for you guys, so I'm going to be reading out some questions from the lovely viewers at home. So if you do have any questions, make sure you send them through and we will be asking them to our lovely friends here. So the first one I wanted to ask is if you could tell us how Mystery Waitress came to be.
Well, first off, I was just playing music by myself and doing a lot of solo stuff. And I just realized the songs I was writing needed more. And first I decided, well, I need some drums. And I was looking around for a drummer for a while, and I saw Olivia playing with Dan Dans. And I was like, sick. She was really good, and I really love to have like a woman drummer. You know, I was like, that's the vibe. And yeah, but actually we didn't start playing music together until she asked me to be a vocalist in a band, and then that never happened. And then we were like, let's play music together anyway. And so she was recruited. And then James, I actually work with James, and I always knew he was like an amazing musician. And so I just thought, would you please come and join me? And he, yeah. And that's history.
Oh, beautiful. I love hearing that. That's the great thing about collaborating in New Zealand, especially throughout different instrumentalists, is you can just find some amazing people all around you, you know?
Yeah.
That is awesome. So I wanted to ask about, because you did kind of touch on this there, so the Mystery Waitress project is a lot different to your Tessa Dillon project, which is kind of where this began, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about how and why you decided to transition those two projects.
So when I released an album called 1111 under my own name, I was very new to the music world. Those are some of the first songs I ever wrote, and so I didn't really know what I was doing. I definitely didn't feel ready to play with other musicians, and so I was just going around doing open mics, and I met a guy called Joel Wood, and he told me my music was great and offered to record it, and so it was just very raw, stripped back guitar and voice, and that was great. And I still write a lot of songs like that, but there just comes a time when you want to change direction and get a bit bigger and change your sound up a bit. So yeah.
That's awesome. And I know it's one of those things that can be quite daunting when you start getting out there and playing live and just being exposed.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you find...
scary.
Yeah, it's scary, right?
Yeah, because I'm not naturally inclined to perform. It's there was a few fainting episodes. So
Gosh, good on you for putting yourself through that.
Yeah, very scary times. But you do just I really love music and I love playing it, so I just went back and did it again and again, and now it's way easier. So to anyone out there who's a little bit shy about being on stage in front of people, yeah, it's really scary, but so worth just pushing through it and getting used to it, because you do.
Your practice makes perfect, I think, with that. You know,
Yeah.
you get used to the audience getting used to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. And you kind of come up with your own little ways in your head of dealing with the fact that there are a lot of people listening and looking. Yeah, it's a bit daunting.
Oh, but it's so awesome. And obviously you guys, you know, you own it. You just own it.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about when you make music, or when you're playing music, or just in general when you're doing music things. What's the most rewarding part of it for you? I know it's a hard question, so
Yeah.
if you need all the time.
I guess it's different for all of us. The thing I find the most rewarding is when I've been at home writing a song, and then I teach it to these guys and hear the drums and the bass and this spring up, and it just becomes huge and real and way better than it was in my head. That's very rewarding. I don't know. What about you guys? Yeah.
I forget if maybe I'll pass
That's a good idea.
I don't know if I'm going to say much different to Tessa, but I think I find the working on songs together and collaborating just really the most rewarding, and then having it come to fruition and do a show with it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I love hearing people send songs through with just guitar and vocals, and then, imagining parts.
yeah.
It's just that, really, for me, I think.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to say the beautiful stripped down versions you bring us are amazing. But yeah, the privilege we have to just
You guys make
build
them
on
so
them.
much
and
better.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. So much aroha around us all. I love that. So we just got a message in. Someone asking the question, how often do you guys practice a week?
Actually, we don't even practice every week together. So the album that's coming up, we really have just been working on those songs, and there's 7 songs. And that's not too many. We know them all really well now. So we generally get together and practice if we have something coming up, once or twice in the couple of weeks leading up to it. But, yeah, not regularly. A lot of solo practice, each of us, at home, and, yeah.
That's so interesting. So talk us through a bit about the process of when you do come together with a song, say a song you've just written then, Tessa. How does the song go from that version to the final version? Is that done through a lot of practice in the beginning, or is that done through
Yeah,
lots of
a lot of
individuals?
practice in the beginning. Sometimes I'll have an idea of what I want, and then lots of the time it changes as we actually all start playing together. James will just try something out on his bass, and I'm like, what's that? I love it. And then it just becomes part of the song. And yeah, it just builds as you spend time together and play through it a bunch of times and try things out. And then eventually you get something that you really like, and that's the one. Yeah.
Amazing. So when you guys are writing, the songs are all written originally by you, is that correct?
Yeah.
Tessa?
All these ones are, yeah.
So how do you find finding inspiration? I mean, do you search conceptually in the world, or do you kind of take from personal experience?
A lot from personal experience, and a lot from just I guess I am inspired by lots of other musicians that I really like listening to. I'll just hear a song and really like a certain sound in it and want to try it out. And I don't know, it comes pretty naturally to me. Sometimes I just sit down and write out a whole song in a couple of minutes. And thank God for voice memos on your iPhone, because otherwise I would forget it instantly. And so I just record it on my voice memos, and then I replay it a million times and rewrite the lyrics and work on it that way.
That is just awesome. Gosh, so that's quite inspiring, I suppose, for all the people who are listening out there, because I think songwriting can come in so many different structures and forms, and if you do kind of get a flash of inspiration, it can sort of feel like such a cathartic release, but it can be quite hard to learn to do that, I think.
Yeah. Yep. I just agree.
Oh, I love it. I want to say a big thank you to the person who sent that question in. And just continuing on, what is the most challenging thing? We asked you the most rewarding thing. Let's go. What's the most challenging thing about making music, in your opinion?
For me, it's probably like when I'm writing the songs originally, if I can sit on a song for months and months and just not be able to get a part that I'm happy, like I'm not be able to build it up to a nice chorus or something, but I know that I like the start and I'm just stuck. That's really challenging because the more you kind of listen to your own voice, like you get a bit sick of it, and just like listening to it and thinking, I don't like this at all, and just like kind of you associate the song that you're writing with like yourself, and it's hard to not think I'm rubbish at it, and like distancing yourself from the song that you're writing is important, because that's my main challenge, is just thinking I'm bad at it, and you've got to push past that and just like come back, like take a breather, come back to it and realize actually this is really sick, I'm a good musician.
That's awesome. God, no, but that's so true. Like so many artists, like it's not something that's often talked about. So many people can write sort of half a song or a chorus or take one thing they really like, and just finding things to put it to or finding where it goes from there can be so hard. And people beat themselves up for it, you know?
Yeah, it's so easy to, but you just got to know what you think sounds good, and if you think it sounds good, then it will be good. Like, just go with it. Yeah.
Awesome advice. I love that. All right, Olivia, your turn. Tell us. No?
No, I can't. Maybe go you first.
I'm exactly the same horrible overanalyzer. And I also will write a hook for a song, and then that's all. That's it.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And the hook's so good you
put
can't
that in
get
the
past
archives, yeah. But yeah, like you said, it's so important to take time to go away and recharge the brain and come back, because you can get a bit in your head, which is very easy to do.
Olivia has no challenges. She just
That's
sails
amazing.
through.
I love hearing that.
Oh, no.
No? Maybe? No? All right. Well, we are almost out of time anyway. So just before we go and leave the campers to the rest of their wonderful day, I just wanted to ask if you guys had one thing you wanted to say to your younger selves about music, about making music or being part of music, what would you say?
I know that I would just tell myself to like get over my shyness, because I never sung or played music to anyone the whole way through high school. It was always alone in my room and like when no one was listening. And I should have just like tried and gotten out there earlier, because once you start, it becomes a lot easier. That's my main thing. Yeah, just don't be shy to do it. Just do what you love doing and do it in front of people, because it gets easier.
That's absolutely beautiful. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We've been so lucky to have you here, guys.
Thanks for having us. It was
It's
very fun.
So nice. And thank you to everyone out there watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back here tomorrow with a girl named Mo, but for now this has been Mystery Waitress. Huge thank you, of course, to Girls Rock Camp Pōneke for the amazing work they do, and thanks to RadioActive FM too for what they're doing. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
RadioActive.